Are you worried about early signs of dementia? Today, we'll cover 9 unknown symptoms that might be crucial for early detection. By the end, you'll understand the subtle signs often missed in cognitive decline. Detecting dementia early can mean the difference between accessing support systems and dealing with rapid decline. Early detection opens the door to treatment options and planning, and it may even slow down the progression of symptoms. While most people associate dementia with severe memory loss, early symptoms are often subtle. These signs can sometimes be dismissed as normal aging, but they may indicate something more. Let's explore 9 of these signs, each backed by research. In this video, we'll uncover questions like, what are the signs of dementia that aren't commonly discussed? How do these hidden signs manifest? What can you do if you start noticing them? So, if you're ready to learn about dementia in a whole new way, keep watching. Before we move on, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay informed on health insights and ways to care for you and your loved ones' cognitive health. Sign 1. Loss of interest in hobbies or activities. A surprising but common early sign of dementia is a loss of interest in favorite hobbies and activities. This shift often stems from changes in brain areas responsible for motivation, particularly the frontal and temporal lobes. These regions help us feel pleasure, excitement, and reward in our activities. In early dementia, the brain's reward response weakens, making once loved hobbies feel dull. A study from Johns Hopkins found that around 40% of individuals with mild cognitive impairment felt apathy toward former passions. This behavior may easily be mistaken for depression or even aging, but when paired with other signs, this withdrawal can indicate early dementia. Apathy impacts daily life, diminishing quality of life and straining relationships. If someone close to you withdraws from hobbies they once cherished, it's worth exploring possible causes. Early interventions can provide strategies to bring fulfillment back into their day-to-day lives, supporting brain health through stimulating activities. Sign 2. Difficulty following conversations. One of the lesser-known signs of dementia is trouble following conversations, often due to slower processing and memory loss. Dementia affects the brain's cognitive functions like memory, attention, and language, which are vital for meaningful exchanges. An individual may find themselves lost or unable to remember key details, causing frustration or embarrassment. Research in JAMA highlights that even mild cognitive impairment can affect how quickly and accurately people process spoken word and details. As this change becomes more noticeable, the person might avoid social situations or rely on simple phrases, contributing to social withdrawal. If you notice someone frequently getting lost in conversation or asking you to repeat information, this may be worth further assessment. Early intervention can provide strategies to improve communication skills, allowing them to maintain their social circles and emotional connections. Spotting this symptom early on can be a game changer for preserving quality of life. Sign 3. Confusion about time and place. Feeling disoriented with time and place is a common but subtle early sign of dementia, one that impacts everyday life. This confusion arises as the hippocampus, responsible for managing spatial and temporal information, starts to show early signs of decline. People may feel lost even in familiar places or struggle to differentiate between times of day. A study in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease points to disorientation as one of the earliest red flags of cognitive decline, often preceding memory issues. This type of confusion affects routines, leading to heightened stress and anxiety as they struggle to keep a schedule or find their way home. They may repeatedly ask for reminders or need help managing appointments, which can disrupt daily life and relationships. If you or someone close to you feels confused about time or frequently gets lost, seeking medical advice early on may be wise. Early intervention can introduce techniques to manage disorientation and regain a sense of control over daily routines. Sign 4. Sudden changes in mood or behavior. Sudden shifts in mood, such as irritability, sadness, or apathy, may be mistaken for natural mood swings, but they can signal early dementia. As dementia progresses, it alters areas of the brain involved in emotion regulation, like the amygdala and prefrontal cortex, leading to unpredictable reactions. In a 2020 psychiatry research study, mood swings were observed as a common symptom in early-stage dementia. These changes might include irritability, depression, or even outbursts that seem uncharacteristic or exaggerated. Mood fluctuations often go unnoticed because loved ones attribute them to life stressors. However, sudden or intense mood swings, especially with cognitive changes, may indicate an underlying issue. Addressing mood changes with early screening and counseling can significantly improve quality of life and reduce the stress associated with this symptom. If you or someone you know exhibits such mood changes, consider professional evaluation to rule out or address early dementia. Sign 5. Difficulty planning and organizing. Struggles with planning and organizing are other early signs of dementia, often seen in simple tasks like following recipes, budgeting, or managing time. This difficulty arises as dementia affects the frontal lobes, the brain's executive center responsible for organizing, prioritizing, and multitasking. A study by the Mayo Clinic found that people with mild cognitive impairment often struggled with planning. Activities that once seemed routine can suddenly feel complex or overwhelming, leading individuals to abandon tasks. They might forget steps, lose track of details, or make more errors. This difficulty with organizing daily life often causes anxiety and frustration. If these signs persist, it may be worth considering a medical evaluation, as catching these signs early can pave the way for strategies that simplify daily routines. Cognitive support therapies can significantly enhance their ability to manage tasks, maintaining independence and easing the stress of cognitive decline. Sign 6. Misplacing things and being unable to retrace steps. Frequent misplacement of everyday objects, coupled with difficulty retracing steps, can be a big red flag for early dementia. This behavior occurs because dementia impacts working memory, the brain's short-term storage for keeping track of recently completed actions. Studies published in Neurology indicate that misplacing objects is a common early sign, as people with dementia may forget where they put things or store items in strange places. A common example is placing a wallet in the refrigerator and then being unable to find it or remember putting it there. Over time, these memory lapses can cause frustration and confusion, particularly when the individual is unable to backtrack. This change can signal cognitive impairment that warrants evaluation. Recognizing this symptom early on may help introduce memory aids and organizational methods to manage everyday items, allowing them to maintain order and avoid anxiety. Sign 7. Struggles with vocabulary and naming objects. Early dementia can cause subtle issues with language, particularly with finding the right words or naming familiar objects. This difficulty occurs because the areas of the brain related to language processing, like the left temporal lobe, begin to deteriorate. Individuals may begin substituting words or pausing frequently as they search for the right term. Research from the International Journal of Geriatric Psychiatry highlights that naming difficulties are a significant early indicator of cognitive impairment. This change affects more than just vocabulary. It can reduce self-confidence and lead to social withdrawal as people avoid conversations where they might struggle. If you notice frequent pauses or vague descriptions like "that thing" instead of specific names, it might be time for an evaluation. Addressing this symptom with early speech therapy or language exercises can help them maintain confidence in communication skills and continue social interactions. Step 8. Increased suspicion or paranoia. A lesser-known early sign of dementia is increased suspicion or paranoia, which often stems from a misinterpretation of everyday actions. Dementia affects the brain's reasoning skills, sometimes leading individuals to believe others are lying or hiding things. In early stages, loved ones may notice these behaviors as quirks until they become more intense. A report from the Alzheimer's Association found that these suspicions are often due to memory gaps, causing the person to believe others are being deceitful or unkind. Paranoia can escalate over time, impacting relationships as the person feels increasingly isolated. If you notice these suspicions becoming persistent and more pronounced, consider seeking medical guidance. Early support, including counseling, can provide reassurance, helping the individual manage these feelings and continue to feel connected with family and friends. Sign 9. Changes in sense of smell. One of the earliest and often unexpected signs of dementia is a reduced sense of smell, which can appear years before memory symptoms. Research published in the Journal of Neurology shows that damage to the olfactory pathways in the brain often correlates with neurodegenerative changes associated with dementia. This loss of smell can be subtle at first, with people failing to recognize scents like coffee or flowers, and can become progressively noticeable over time. Because smell is closely linked to memory and emotion, losing it can impact well-being. Many people attribute these changes to aging, but researchers emphasize that a diminished sense of smell should not be dismissed lightly. Recognizing this change and seeking a cognitive evaluation can help provide insights into brain health and aid in early dementia diagnosis. With early intervention, individuals may adopt lifestyle changes or therapies that support sensory health and cognitive well-being. Want more insights into brain health and dementia prevention? Click on our next video for lifestyle tips and advice to help maintain cognitive wellness.